Hello, life. So, I'm Jordan, and I just want to start documenting my journey over the next 12 months. And also my outlook on life. So, I'm very lucky, but so many people come up to me and say, like, oh, I'm very jealous of your life, or I wish I could do what you do with regards to all the traveling and do some quite cool things. And I ask them, like, what stops you? And they're like, it's just taking the leap to do it. And I've got quite a unique outlook on life, which I'll share in a minute. But do you know what? If I could either inspire one or two people along the way to just be like, do you know what? This is what I want to do. Let's go for it. Then I'll be very happy. So yeah, kind of the journey I'm on. I want to try and create a brand. So Hello Life, which is something I always say. So the background behind that is my mates. If I'm doing something cool like paddleboarding, I don't know, we're cooking some food in the wood-fired oven and having some ciders or something, or we're camping or something like that, or I'm traveling, I always go, hello life. My mates always take the mick out of me, which is fair enough. They're your mates, right? That's what they're for. But I just want to kind of build a brand around that and just try and, it's tough because so many people say things to me like I said earlier with regards to, trying to live a bit more and do a few more things. And also, I'm not like a 21-year-old with no responsibilities or anything like that. So I've got an amazing 17-year-old daughter. So she's 18 next year. So the reason I'm looking to go for a bit of a longer time when she's 18 is she wants to travel as well. So she can just meet me wherever in the world, which is cool. Also, I've got a house. So, which amazing as it is, it's a massive tie. But I've got a mortgage on it. So obviously the bank still own it for another 16 years, unfortunately. So I'm actually in talks with the agent at the moment of renting that out. So, sometimes I meet people and they're like, I wish I could do it, but they've got no kids, they've got no house or anything. And I'm like, I am, a normal person. Like if I can do it and I've got all these responsibilities, then other people can do it as well, right? So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with regards to that. So the journey so far. So at the moment, I've worked in sales for 11 years. Probably a few too many years, but I've worked in sales for 11 years. But that's done me well. I'm very lucky with regards to that. But I've also managed to travel quite a bit. So I've spent nearly 6 months in Australia, 4 months in New Zealand, a month in Bali. I caught dengue fever there. Try not to get that. It's not very nice. I've also done Southeast Asia for nearly 6 weeks. I've done Fiji for a couple of weeks, as well as quite a lot of Europe, that kind of stuff, Caribbean for a couple of weeks as well. So I've been very lucky up until now. But I just want to kind of share how I've got there and also kind of my journey going forward. So what the next 12 months look like. Okay. So the next 12 months, my plan is so at the moment I'm in talks with an agent to rent my house out, which is taking a little bit longer than I thought. So I'm quite lucky. I work on a holiday park, so I can actually kind of live there. So that will cost less than what my house will to run. So at the moment, this is all about the sacrifice. So 12 months of sacrifice, working hard, save as much money as I can, get my outgoings down. So I'll do some future videos about that kind of stuff because I've been there before where you feel trapped because your outgoings are so high and you're like, how am I going to get out of this? But I'll give some advice on that and just share my kind of experiences with that because I know how that feels. So yeah, I'll do that in future videos. But yeah, so that's my plan at the moment, to literally get my outgoings down as much as possible, kind of get my house sorted. And I know people might think, oh, he's just going to live off the income from the house. Unfortunately, the rent will just cover my mortgage. So I'm not actually going to make any money out of it at all. I just want to not have it cost me loads of money, because when I went to New Zealand for 4 and a bit months, I had it sat there empty. It cost me a lot of money. And my daughter used it about 3 times in 4 months. So yeah, kind of that is my journey. But also along the way, I want to create a brand, the Hello Life brand. So that is what I'm on a journey to do. So that's my goal. So literally sacrifice for the next 12 months. And I want to fly to New Zealand next November, so 2026. And then go back to New Zealand, spend maybe 6 to 12 months there, which would be cool. And then I want to go to the Philippines for a month, Sri Lanka for a month, travel Europe for a month, and also probably South America, but I'm going to refine them goals a little bit nearer the time. So at the moment, I've just got a target I want to hit money-wise in my job, and yeah, get my outgoings down, and then obviously get the refined goal for next year a little bit more. But kind of at the moment, I know what I'm aiming for, which is great. So yeah, that's my plan at the moment. And yeah, just wanted to share that. So my outlook on life. So I've been told by a lot of people, you've got a very unique outlook, and they say, I wish I kind of look at life similar. Now, absolutely, I have not got it all figured out by a long stretch. That's impossible. But I just wanted to kind of share how I think about things. And the first thing is, as cheesy as it sounds, I think being alive is like a bonus, not a chore. So they say like the stats of being born are something like one in, like you being you, me being me, is like 1 in 400 trillion or something like that, which is crazy. So I just think the chances of even being here are so slim. So I'm like, I want to try and make the most of it. And also I'm very lucky. I don't really care what everyone else thinks. Like I try and be a good person, especially my family and my mates and my daughter, stuff like that. But apart from that, I'm not too fussed really. You know, you always get comments of like, oh, aren't you too old to be traveling? Shouldn't you be settling down a bit more? That kind of stuff. Like I've been properly single for 5 years and people are like, do you not want to meet someone? All this kind of stuff. I'm like, I'm doing me. Don't worry about it. You do you, I'll do me. So I'm quite lucky in the fact that, yeah, you know, I'm not too fussed about what they say about that. But I think the biggest thing is I don't take life very seriously. And I think that really helps. And I think a lot of people want to be the same with regards to that outlook, but it's hard because of external comments and people saying, yeah, aren't you meant to be getting married and settling down and buying a house and all this stuff? Maybe just because they've done it and they're like, oh, I wish I was a little bit more free. And sometimes it's jealousy, you know? So yeah, I really don't take much seriously. Although there's a weird combination. I'm actually very ambitious and driven. So, because obviously I work in sales, you've got to be. So it's quite an odd combination of kind of being driven and ambitious, but then not taking it too seriously along the way, you know? Like I'm very harsh on myself. Like I want to do well at things, but just the day-to-day life of, you know, I'm quite jovial, don't take it too seriously, which I think massively helps. Yeah, so that's kind of one of my, when people ask me and they always say you seem pretty happy and stuff, you know, you travel quite a lot and things, they're like, how? And I'm like, also goal setting is a big thing. See, again, working in sales, you learn to set goals. So that's a big thing. And I'll do more videos on like goal setting and things like that, because I've learned some really cool like models with regards to that over the years. So I want to share them. Again, I'm not telling people how to do life at all. I really don't want to be seen as I'm like, oh, I know everything. I absolutely don't. I just, so many people tell me like that they kind of wish they had a similar outlook. So I'm like, do you know what? And people have said, oh, you should share it online and stuff. So I'm like, I'll just do that. So yeah, and I want to document my journey as well. And yeah, like I've said before, if I can just inspire a few people along the way to do the same, absolutely amazing. So yeah, that is my pretty unique outlook on life. The brand I want to build. So if you're thinking, is this guy an absolute technical genius, knows it all and that? Absolutely not. I am shocking with technology. I even had to look on Google to see where to look in the camera, because when I was filming this before, I looked at it and I didn't know where I was looking and it said, look at the dot. So I'm like, all right. So hopefully that works. I don't know where I'm looking, who knows? So yeah, I'm shocking with, I mean, I've actually drawn a picture of my rough logo and it looks like a 10-year-old's drawn it. So that's probably offensive to a 10-year-old. So yeah, I literally have no idea where to start. I've written some stuff down a couple of days ago. It was absolutely hammering down the rain. I was sat there for a couple of hours with a notepad. I drew a rough logo for it, absolutely shocking. Then I just jotted down that obviously I need a website, yeah, start the YouTube channel and social media as well. Do you know what? To be brutally honest, I absolutely cannot stand social media. So I probably logged into Instagram 6 months ago. Facebook probably a year ago. I'm not a massive fan, to be honest, but obviously I know I need to use it if I'm going to start building my brand. So yeah, my big vision is obviously the next 12 months I'm focusing on, you know, of course, like saving a bit of money, get my outgoings down, that kind of stuff, but also trying to get it rolling. And then I'll have more to put out, obviously, when I'm away traveling, stuff like that. So my ultimate dream and my vision is to essentially be able to make money independently. So obviously just through myself, and then, you know, through the brand, and then be able to live from anywhere in the world. So that is the point I'm at. I just want freedom, essentially. But I don't want to just sit and chill on the beach. I'm not interested in that. Like, I'm quite an active person. I want to have some purpose and something to do and to drive me and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I absolutely just don't want to like sit on a beach and chill and do nothing for the rest of my life. Absolutely not. But I just want to try and aim for something that I'm quite lucky. Everything I've kind of wanted to do up until now, I've managed to do it. I'm quite a relentless, tenacious person if I want something. So, but this is like much, much bigger. So it's a massive challenge to myself. And my biggest fear, okay, my second biggest fear is, my first biggest fear is spiders, hate them. But my second biggest fear is failing. I hate it. And yeah, I'm very harsh on myself. So I just thought I'd document it, because then it kind of holds you accountable, you know. And then if I do fail, it might be in front of other people. So, which spurs me on even more not to. But yeah, obviously failure is okay. Like, we all fail at stuff, right? So, you know, it's good for learning. But yeah, I just want to document everything, and kind of why now is the right time. I just feel that, you know, my daughter's getting older. I've been very lucky up until now. I've worked in like a steady job. Obviously, I've traveled in between, but I've worked in a steady job for kind of the last 11 years or so. You know, I've been very lucky to do that. But now I'm at the point where I'm like, do you know what? I want to live on my own terms, live from wherever I want, and really kind of challenge myself with regards to like building the brand and that kind of thing. And also over the last kind of 10 years or so, I've spent maybe well over 1,000 hours on self-development stuff. So, you know, at uni, I'd done health and fitness. So obviously learned a bit about health and that, which is great. But also I've done so much reading and listened to podcasts and watched videos and, you know, just learned stuff from other people about like self-development, things like confidence, self-belief, like perception, just life in general, happiness, resilience. So I've done so much research, and I've got loads of quotes and that saved on my phone. So I'm like, do you know what? I want to share some of that as well. You know, I'm not here to try and tell anyone how to live or what to do. Absolutely not. But I just want to kind of share my outlook and kind of what I've learned and things like that. And if it can help a few people, then amazing. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. And yeah, do you know, there's a quote that I want to share at the end of every video, and I've actually got it tattooed on my arm. I would show you, but obviously I've got a hoodie on, so I don't want to do a strip show. And it is, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. So I got it tattooed on me about 6-7 years ago. And yeah, if ever I'm in a situation where I'm like, do you know what? I need a bit of inspiration, I can look at my arm, and it's probably my favorite quote. Yeah, doubt kills more dreams than failure ever will. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.